was a cold, windy night at the Rent, and the 2010 UConn Huskies were in need of some direction. Now, as a football team, you get direction from your quarterback play. Corey Endress had seemed to right the ship a little bit, but he was dismissed from the team. Mike Box came in, and he got concussed in the fourth quarter of the game previously. So Zach Frazier, who had been pulled as a starter, stepped back in, and he had a monumental task ahead of him because the Huskies were going up against the West Virginia Mountaineers. Now, in these days in the Big East, the Mountaineers were always the bad guys because they were always winning the conference title. 5 of the last 7, 2003 and 2007, the title was always theirs. And to this point in 2010 in the Big East, UConn was 0-2 in conference, so they had to get going now just to make sure they'd be bowl eligible. And of course, against the Mountaineers was the toughest task for them because they had never defeated them. 0-6 all time heading into this matchup, and this was going to be the one that had to turn the season around. You could do worse than Zach Frazier. He was a winner, but he had a lot of things to prove as he stepped out onto the field that night. And early on, it didn't look like he'd be able to do it. The Huskies went 3 out on the first drive, and the Mountaineers had a quarterback that had done a lot of winning, had a lot of experience. Even as a young player, that was Geno Smith.
Smith to pass here, and he goes over the middle. Option, pitches to Sanders. Geno Smith right up the middle, and look at how productive this is for Smith down to the 30. And
now, Connecticut's defense managed to get out of that first drive without giving up any points, but the offense wasn't clicking, and it wasn't going to be long before West Virginia did, and it did so quickly on the next drive.
Brad Starks. See ya.
It had been 6 quarters since the Huskies had even scored a point, and they weren't looking to break that streak in the first. But football is a funny game, and the turning point sometimes comes in ways that you don't expect.
Devine looking for room. Now he cuts back, trying to get all the way over to the other side. Noel Devine, touchdown, West Virginia.
A personal foul brought the play back, and suddenly the Mountaineers had to settle for a field goal. So 10-0, but not the damage that could have been. So the Huskies get the ball back. They're still not able to do anything with it, and then West Virginia takes a shot downfield. And if they'd completed this pass, I believe they would have won the Lambert Trophy in 2010.
Geno Smith, little play action, steps up, goes deep, looking for Sanders, just overthrows him.
And the Huskies and the Mountaineers trade possessions once again, but then C.O. Moore, who was the MVP of that game, strips the ball away from Noel Devine, and this is a big turning point because at this point now, the Connecticut Huskies defense becomes unmanageable for the Mountaineers. They never really get it going again.
Play action now for Frazier. And he's going to run it himself, and they get the first down. Frazier. And he goes to the tight end.
And UConn offense doesn't score yet, but they're waking up a little bit, unfortunately unable to convert on a 3rd down. Frazier gets back on the field, though. 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Huskies haven't scored in 7 quarters. Can they get down the field?
Todman cuts back. Now Frazier to pass on 1st down. Smith shakes free. Frazier gets it complete. And it'll be at 8 o'clock on ABC. As now, here comes those little delayed blitz here, and it is complete. And once again, Michael Smith fighting for yardage. Frazier to pass again. And this time,
so UConn gets it to 10-3 at halftime, and they're now playing with the Mountaineers.
Going to try to get it himself, and he's going to slide short.
So that leads to a 4th and 1 early in the second half. Mountaineers go heavy set, go for the handoff. It's bobbled, and they jump on the ball, but it's 4th and 1, so the Huskies get possession. And not only is the defense becoming unmanageable, now Jordan Todman, the running back for UConn, is having a very strong game.
But playing more controlled and disciplined ball. 3rd and 5. He's a no-go. Frazier just guns that into.
And then I love this. It's their own 4th and 2. UConn drops back to pass, completes it, 1st down, able to do it, and the Mountaineers couldn't. And that leads to this run by Jordan Todman. where he gets up in the middle, beats everyone, celebrates a little early, but scores, and it's 10-10. The Huskies are tied up with the Mountaineers. West Virginia gets a field goal, takes the lead back, but then UConn, 10:50 left in the fourth, gets their own field goal, 13-13, and that's how we travel into overtime.
Tailback for West Virginia. They go with Sanders on a fly sweep. And here goes Sanders. A flag comes down as Sanders dives towards the end zone.
Once again, a big play for the Mountaineers is wiped out by a penalty. It's 1st and 18. Good pass from Smith, but the ball is out. Somehow West Virginia lands on top of it, but we call this foreshadowing in literature.
2nd and 11. Complete. Clark. 1st down. Clark stays in. Ryan Clark powering his way.
Ryan Clark goes into running back, and at this point you have to wonder how the Huskies are going to keep these guys out of the end zone. And that's when the big play happens.
Stays in there with Clark and Lindemood. As Smith, the sophomore quarterback, talks things over with his linemen. Ball came loose. Lawrence Wilson.
Once again, the Mountaineers were unable to complete the handoff, and this time the Huskies were able to fall on the ball at the biggest time imaginable, ends the first overtime possession, and now all the Huskies need to do is kick a field goal.
They finally do it. Randy Edsall and the Connecticut Huskies have defeated West Virginia.
And obviously they couldn't keep him off the field in Storrs, Connecticut that night, and with good reason, because this Huskies team looked like nobody's, ended up going to the Fiesta Bowl and winning the Lambert Trophy. So it just kind of goes to show you early in the season's not everything. The soul of a team kind of comes out in those big moments.